Minasan, konnichiwa, and welcome to Japanese Jobs, a series that I'm starting on this channel in order to help you guys find the best Japanese jobs out there. For this series, I'm collaborating with Ikigai Connections, which is a company that hosts a Japanese job board for Japanese jobs in America. And it doesn't matter if your Nihongo is shokyusha, chukyusha, or jokyusha. The job board has jobs for any level of Japanese, whether you're a beginner or whether you're native. I really love the message that Ikigai Connection brings in helping to find Japanese jobs for people, because they really want to help find and build your passions while also finding a job for you that uses your Japanese skills. And I always want to promote the Japanese language and culture and how it can interconnect with things in America here as well. So I feel like this is a super great opportunity. And I'm hoping we can keep this series going. So if you guys want to see other kinds of videos like this, let's say if you are looking for Japanese jobs specifically for beginner learners, or if you're looking for Japanese jobs specifically in California or New York, or jobs that are only remote, well, we can make those videos as well. So if you're interested in something like that, make sure to leave it in the comments below, as well as make sure to support the channel and support the video by subscribing and liking the video. But I'm sure you guys are interested in what kind of jobs I'm going to be featuring today in the video, so let's just get started. So I'm only going to be talking about a few jobs during this video, and there are so many jobs on the job board, so make sure to check that out after the video if these specific jobs don't necessarily mesh with you. And for every job that I do post, there's going to be a link in the description below so you can go check out the full job description. But all the jobs that I'm going to be talking about are also featured jobs on the job board, so they're going to show up on the top of the list. You won't have trouble finding them. So the first job is a product manager role for Panasonic in New Jersey. As for the language requirement, which is probably what you guys are wondering, they're looking for someone who is an advanced or native level in Japanese. The salary is between 90k and 145k. And for the job requirement, besides being fluent in Japanese, I think the only things that you really need to watch out for is making sure that you have a bachelor degree and the equivalent years of experience, which is around 4 to 8. Besides that, they're only looking for experience in sales and product management, as well as a competency in Microsoft Office. So I feel like as long as you have experience in the consumer electronic industry, you should be fine. And the reason why I wanted to feature this job on this video is because all the perks that it has, like, it's looking pretty good. We got a competitive compensation package, pet insurance, paid parental care, educational assistance, which I always look for in a job description, just because if they give you a stipend for education, you can use it in order to take online classes. You can even use it to advance your Japanese level, which I think is really cool. But a company that helps nurture your education and wants you to learn more is pretty trustworthy in my opinion. There's also a flexible work program, volunteer time off, a casual dress code, which is so important. Maybe it's just my generation or just how I kind of operate, but I feel like I cannot with like very dressed up work environments. I need to keep it casual all the time. And a total well-being program, which is really good. Make sure to take care of your mental health no matter what kind of job that you have. Once again, if you want the full job description, it's going to be in the description below. Make sure to click that link and check it out. Our next job is a Japanese to English translation job. It's also in New Jersey for a company called Bilingual Science. And the language requirement is pretty important for this one because it is a translation job. They're looking for an N1 JLPT or anything of the equivalent. Equivalent probably being you've worked in a Japanese environment before and you probably have experience as a translator either in America or in Japan, but translating between Japanese and English. The salary is between 50 and 60k, and for the job requirements, it's pretty standard for a translation job in general. They're only looking for 1 to 2 years of professional translation experience, so that's not too bad. And there could be some travel involved with this job too, but I think the thing you really want to highlight is that N1. You know, you really want to have ample experience in Japanese if you're going to be applying to this job. Benefits are pretty standard, but I would say the key thing is the relocation assistance. So I feel like if you're a pretty big contender for this position, they'll help you a lot with relocation. And that could be a big plus. Our next job is for a customer account or product specialist. It's a full-time position in Torrance, California, with the salary being 70k. Now, what I really like about this position, because all the previous positions that I've talked about so far, you know, they want advanced Japanese, they want your N1. So, and that kind of alienates people because, you know, there are a lot of people who do have very advanced Japanese, but I can't even say that I would be applicable for this position if it's an N1 or anything like that because I haven't even taken a JLPT yet. So I do like jobs that state that Japanese is not required but appreciated because I feel like I can be a little more confident in my Japanese level as well as learn more during the process too, which I don't know, I feel like I always do well in learn by doing environments, and using your Japanese more and more and being in an immersive environment is just gonna make your Japanese better. Now, there actually wasn't a whole lot of information for this position, but we'll go over the job requirements really quickly. The only concrete things that they're looking for is a BA in business and around 3 years in customer service. And this is in the automotive industry, so if you do have any automotive experience, that's for sure going to help. But yes, they would love someone who does speak Japanese, especially at an advanced level, but I think they're willing to just take anyone that has Japanese experience. So if you can hold a conversation and you're able to kind of mesh well with that, I think this is a great opportunity for you. And last but not least, we have an administrative assistant position. Now this one is for Hidotech America in Michigan. And the language requirement for this one is a little iffy. So they're saying intermediate or higher, but they're actually looking for someone who will do translation work as well. So you do want to have a pretty good understanding of Japanese. So in addition to your roles as an administrative assistant, they really want to help with Japanese to English translations. And most of the requirements for this position are going to be under whatever you need to do as an administrative assistant. So that includes strong interpersonal and employee relation skills, exceptional written and oral communication skills in English and Japanese, strong working knowledge of Microsoft Office Suite, and the ability to multitask in a fast-paced environment. Now for the language requirement, it's a little bit tricky. They do want a minimum of 2 years of college-level Japanese courses, and I think that is dependent on your situation. So probably 2 years at a university that is not in Japan, but if you went to Japan to study, I feel like the immersive environment escalates your Japanese abilities a little more, so they might be a little more lenient if you have experience working or living in Japan. Now there's only actually one thing that you need to be proficient in Japanese. Everything else you can just be intermediate, but they want you to be proficient in reading, and then you can be intermediate in writing and in speaking. So I would say if you're super confident in your kanji abilities, this is the perfect job for you. Otherwise, for me, my kanji is not good, so I would not be applying to something like this, but I feel like my speaking ability and my writing ability is much stronger. So if you're the opposite of me, I feel like you should apply to this. And those are the 4 jobs that I'm going over today, but there are so many other Japanese jobs on the job board. I know I've been promoting this a lot, but make sure to check out the job board itself. And I really want to make this a series on the channel, so make sure to leave a comment if you are interested in more videos like this. Also check out the social media for Ikigai Connections. They do a lot of posts about new and upcoming jobs that can be really helpful if you're doing a job search just like I am all the time. And make sure you're following me on my social media so you know when the next video comes out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.